Stellantis $2.7 billion loss explained, Trump tariffs, restructuring and new CEO's turnaround plan. Here's a shocking truth: Stellantis, the automotive giant behind brands like Fiat, Peugeot, Chrysler, and Jeep, is staring down a staggering $2.7 billion loss for the first half of the year. But here's where it gets controversial. While restructuring costs are a major culprit, the company is also blaming US tariffs for a hefty €300 million hit. Is this a fair assessment, or is Stellantis using external factors to mask deeper internal issues? Let's dive in. The automaker's preliminary results, released on Monday, reveal a perfect storm of challenges. Stellantis is not only overhauling its product lines in Europe and the US but also grappling with the financial strain of US tariffs on vehicles and auto parts. And this is the part most people miss: the company has already cancelled several programs, including a hydrogen fuel cell project, and is setting aside funds for potential fines tied to pre-Trump carbon emission regulations. Meanwhile, it's pouring more money into hybrid cars in Europe and gasoline models in the US, a strategy that's raising eyebrows among industry watchers. North American shipments plummeted by 25% year-over-year in the second quarter, a stark reminder of the company's struggles in its crucial US market. This comes after a disastrous 2024 performance that led to the ousting of former CEO Carlos Tavares. His successor, Antonio Filosa, appointed in May, has promised a gradual turnaround in 2025, but the road ahead looks rocky. Filosa described the first half as tough, with increasing external headwinds, yet he remains optimistic about progress compared to the latter half of 2024. Here's a bold interpretation: could Stellantis' woes be partly self-inflicted? Industry experts argue that under Tavares, the company priced itself out of the US market and failed to refresh popular models, leaving dealerships with piles of unsold cars. This misstep, combined with weak demand in Europe, especially for vans, has left the company burning through cash. In the first 6 months of the year, Stellantis burned €2.3 billion, a figure that's hard to ignore. Stellantis shares dropped 2% after the preliminary results, though they later pared losses to 0.8%. Still, they're down a staggering 37% since the start of the year. For context, rival Renault saw its shares plunge 18% last week after issuing a profit warning due to softening European demand. But here's the real question: are these challenges unique to Stellantis, or is the entire auto industry facing a reckoning? Last year, Stellantis imported over 40% of the 1.2 million vehicles it sold in the US, primarily from Mexico and Canada. In response to tariffs, the company slashed imports and adjusted production levels, even suspending its 2025 profit forecast in April due to tariff uncertainty. First-half revenue fell to €74.3 billion, down from €85 billion in the same period in 2024, though it's a slight improvement from the second half of 2024. JPMorgan analysts note that the results reflect early-stage efforts to boost performance, with new products expected to deliver bigger benefits in the second half of 2025. Yet, the company's cash burn and declining shipments, down 6% in the second quarter, paint a picture of a company still very much in crisis mode. Here's a thought-provoking question for you: as Stellantis navigates tariffs, restructuring, and shifting consumer demands, is its strategy bold enough to secure its future, or is it merely treading water? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's spark a debate. Stellantis Q2 2025 financial results, key insights and trends. Stellantis N.V. today publishes preliminary and unaudited financial data for the first half of 2025, including Q2 global consolidated shipments at 1.4 million units, down 6% YOY. These figures come alongside quarterly shipment estimates and commentary on industry trends. In the absence of financial guidance suspended by April 30, 2025, analyst consensus forecasts primarily determine market expectations. Key factors impacting results include improved performance from early-stage initiatives, net charges from program cancellations and platform impairments, reduced CAFE penalties, restructuring, and adverse cost impacts. Adjusted operating income excludes these adjustments, reflecting the company's definition of AOI. Financial results will be released on July 29 and a call hosted by CEO Antonio Filosi and CFO Doug Ostermann. Global shipments for Q2 2025 show declines in North America and Europe due to production pauses, product transitions, and tariffs. Consolidated shipments for the 3 months ending June 30, 2025, were 1.4 million units, representing a 6% decline YoY, with North American tariff-related delays. In large Europe, Q2 shipments fell 50,000 units, driven by product transition factors. Across regions, total shipments grew by 71,000 units, highlighting growth in Middle East and Africa and South America. A conference call will host CFO Doug Ostermann discussing preliminary figures. Industrial free cash flows, IFCF, is a key metric, calculated after adjusting for cash flows from discontinued operations, financial services, investments, and other expenses. This report also includes forward-looking statements about future performance and strategies, including potential changes in vehicle technology and operational risks.